In our coverage of the RMS Titanic Anniversary this year, NetNewsLedger will cover the event as if we were covering it live as it happened. This first report, as the ship prepares to set course on her fateful journey, is on the days before sailing. In those days, newspaper coverage was the premier media. This is James with NetNewsLedger in Thunder Bay. Titanic's elegant crew set sail. Society elite and seasoned crew gather under the command of a master mariner. The cargo, crew, and nobility come together as Captain Edward J. Smith prepares to guide the Titanic into history. As the RMS Titanic undergoes final preparations in Southampton ahead of her long-anticipated maiden voyage, the ship's deck are filling not merely with fine luggage and splendid trunks, but also with the finest passengers the old and the new worlds have to offer. Among the hustle of cargo loading and crew organization, one man moves with calm authority. Captain Edward John Smith, the veteran mariner chosen to command the largest, grandest liner to ever touch the seas. With society abuzz over the first-class roster, names like John Jacob Astor IV, Benjamin Guggenheim, and the indomitable Mrs. Margaret Brown, it is fitting that such figures are to be shepherded across the Atlantic by a seaman of the equal stature in his own right. Captain Smith, the millionaire's captain, at the helm. Known throughout the shipping world as the millionaire's captain, Edward J. Smith enjoys a sterling reputation for discretion, calm, and competence. Born in 1850 in Hanley, Staffordshire, Smith began his maritime career humbly, rising through the ranks from apprentice to master through sheer determination and aptitude. A longtime employee of the White Star Line, he previously commanded the Majestic, the Baltic, and most recently the Olympic, sister ship to the Titanic. In each assignment, he has been praised not only for his navigational skill, but for the quiet dignity with which he commands his vessel. At age 62, this may well be his final voyage before a well-earned retirement, a fitting conclusion to a glittering career. Speaking briefly to reporters in Southampton yesterday, he remarked, "I cannot imagine any condition that would cause a ship to founder. Modern shipbuilding has gone beyond that." Captain Smith is beloved by both passengers and crew alike, known for his firm yet fair leadership. A consummate gentleman, he exudes both the old-world charm of an earlier seafaring age and the steady hand demanded in this new age of shipping. The Titanic is a ship built fit for royalty and the rich. Now, while the bridge belongs to Smith, the decks are dotted with the who's who of Anglo-American high society. Mr. John Jacob Astor IV, a financier and inventor, is traveling with his young bride Madeline. The couple, despite their controversial nuptials, are the toast of the ship. Meanwhile, Mr. Benjamin Guggenheim, whose wealth stems from mining interests, and Colonel Archibald Gracie, military historian and author, are said to be organizing gentlemanly card games in the smoking lounge. Miss Molly Brown, the American philanthropist known for her work with miners and widows in Colorado, has already been seen touring the ship's Turkish baths and gymnasium, marvels of luxury at sea. With suites rivaling Mayfair's finest townhouses, these passengers will dine beneath crystal chandeliers and a promenade to the strains of Mr. Wallace Hartley's 8-piece orchestra. Even as the passengers will sip champagne on deck, there is hard work going on below. In the holds, fine goods are stowed with meticulous care: French wines, English linens, rare books, a crated Renault motor car, and even a grand piano. Bags of mail, of course, flour, and dozens of trunks are being lifted aboard in Southampton's early spring light. Over 900 crewmen, including engineers, stokers, stewards, wireless operators, deck officers, are all being briefed and outfitted. Many hail from Southampton and Liverpool, leaving families behind with pride and anxious prayers. These are the men and a handful of women who shall keep the Titanic running with near military precision under the careful gaze of Captain Smith. Though she sails from Southampton, the Titanic belongs to Liverpool, her port of registry, her heart, and her heritage. White Star Line's Castle Street offices are a hub of excitement as departure draws near. Already, the public images of what newspapers may soon declare the Titanic, unsinkable and supreme, has conquered the Atlantic. Captain Edward J. Smith, stalwart and composed, shall give the order to cast off tomorrow. And with him shall not go just a ship, but a statement that Britain leads the world in maritime innovation, elegance, and ambition. Godspeed, Titanic, and may your captain's steady hand guide you into legend.